Have you ever wondered how to train for your next long distance hike? That's what we're going to be discussing today on Trek and Arrow, your guide for mastering the trail while having ultralight confidence. When we think of mastering and training for long distance hikes, there's 5 areas that we need to look at. And the first one is probably the most basic one of all, and that's get out there and hike. Go to some local trails, get training and just feeling how the pack sets on you, how you pack it and unpack it. Go for a couple overnight, shakedown type trails, hiking adventures, just to begin to work up to that long distance hike. A lot of times when we think of hiking, a long distance hike like the PCT or the CDT or the Appalachian Trail, we see those through hikers that it looks like they just jumped out of bed and they got up there and started hiking. Well, a lot of times there's a lot of preparation to go into setting and getting ready for those type of hikes. And the first one is basically get out there and start hiking. Get some experience on how it feels to hike. Second is make sure you know your gear. A lot of times when you start getting onto a long distance hike, you overpack. You start to think of how much gear you have. Do I really need this many pairs of socks, or do I really need this type of gear? Know your gear. Not just know what it is, but also know how to set it up, how to use it. If you get a new water filter and you're not sure how to properly use that could impact your hike. Make sure you know how to set up your tent, how many stakes you have to go, where the stakes need to. Sometimes you may have to be setting that tent up at night, and it's good to know how that tent functions and how all of your pieces of gear work within that. You don't want to get out on the trail and pull out your gear and say, well, what do I do with this? What purpose is it? Know your gear. Know how it works. And again, dial down that gear. If you think of the gear that you're using, what I've done in the past is if I go on a shakedown type hike, the gear that I take, I will look at it and say, okay, this is what I've used. And if there's gears that I haven't used, I'll set it aside and say, well, maybe I don't really need that. Set aside from things that are needful for emergency. If I go on a hike and I don't use my first aid kit, that's a good thing, but that's something that I'm going to continue to keep in my pack as well. But dial down that gear. Look at where you can save weight. That Nalgene bottle that you have, could you take and move that out to maybe a smart water bottle? Or you look at some of the sleeping arrangements. That sleeping quilt bag, is it too heavy? Is it bulky? Could I do better with a sleeping quilt? Dial that gear down and look at what you have to when you use it. Next, embrace the suck of it. It's something that you think of going hiking. Sometimes it is a adventure. There's going to be moments of it that are miserable. You could get out there and it's raining the whole time. But those are things you have to prepare for. But even in the midst of having those moments where everything seems to be going wrong and everything looks like it's horrible, there's still good things that come from that. And that's something that you could do with preparing for that. Go hiking in the rain. Get used to that type of gear and how you use it. Get used to how that feels when your shoes are wet, when your pack is wet, when your clothes are wet, when it's cold, when it's clammy, and how to adjust with that. Embrace those bad situations, because sometimes those bad situations are the ones that you're going to remember and look back and say, well, look what I accomplished. Look what I had overcome during that hike. And finally, when you think of all those things of preparing and training and those things that are bad, but also have fun on the hike. Don't just look at all the bad things, but look at why you're going out there, what you're enjoying. Remember the views the things that you see and the people that you experience, and have fun on that hike. Don't worry about what other people say to you on the trail. A lot of that trail etiquette things, people are generally out there doing the same thing you're doing, and they're not going to be worrying about, well, you should have this type of gear instead of that type of gear. Hike your own hike. Use the gear that you have and enjoy it for yourself. Don't let somebody else tell you how to enjoy the trail that you're on. Think of those tips, and if you think of any others, make sure to leave them in the comments. If you like this type of video and this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe for more.